Hello and welcome to Skool News.
Yeah, we've got a lot to cover today. We're going to talk about this Skool Bus Project. We're going to give you a little demo of the tiers feature, as well as analytics. We're also going to talk about something called world building, which I find quite interesting and useful, and you might too if you're building a community on Skool. And we're also going to share some updates that we've made to the live streaming feature. A lot of stuff to cover, so let's just jump right into it. So first of all, Hamza paid his parents' mortgage with Skool. Here's the post. He's made over $2 million in 2 years on Skool, and he's 28.
Let's go.
And it's a pretty good use for it.
Very wholesome. Nice work, Hamza.
Nice work, Hamza. Very cool to see. Then, new goat post. So last week we showed you there's a new goat he's the first person to crack $400,000 a month on Skool, and his name's Spencer, and here's his post right here.
It's a mega post.
Yeah, he made a video breaking it down. He did a big post, and he basically explained how he went from 0 to 400 grand a month and became the goat.
It's kind of crazy.
So probably worth checking out. Congrats, Spencer. Now, live streaming updates. So we increased the video size and screen share size, which basically means less black space.
Yep, that was annoying.
So I'll give you a demo. If I go to like this group here, zoom out a bit, and then I will go live.
The people in the chat are going to be going to this call.
So my video here is pretty big, and then when you see it takes up a lot more space, right? So it's much more efficient with space. And then if I share my screen, which is an infinity mirror, which isn't ideal, but this is a lot better than before, basically.
Yeah, for context, before there would be huge black space around it and it just kind of looked a bit ugly.
Yeah, and if I pin Zinger here.
Zinger's getting the double pin 2 weeks in a row.
It's much more efficient with space, right? Like, we can still do a bit better, and we will, but like, we're getting this black space down because, you know, it's useless, basically.
Yes.
We should fill up as much of the screen as possible, right?
Boom.
It looks really good with 2 people. It's like, it's just like Zoom or Google Meet with 2 people. Now, what else is there to cover? Oh, and this, at the moment, this is only in the live call experience.
Yes.
For it to reflect in the recordings, we've got to update that too.
Got it.
But we hear you guys, you want, you know, basically we want to remove black space, increase the size of video in the call and in the recordings. Yeah. Because some people are doing trading and things, and you need to be able to see the details.
Yeah.
We also shipped custom backgrounds. So if I go here.
Let's see if anyone notices it in the call.
So if you go to settings and you go to effects, you can blur your background. We have some preset backgrounds, but you can also click custom here and upload an image like this school bus one. I'll get out of it.
Let's go. Beep, beep.
So custom backgrounds, you can do whatever you want.
That's pretty fun.
And yeah, that's about it for this at the moment. Then coming soon, still, this is work in progress, being able to pin more than one person. Right now you can pin multiple people, but only one person is spotlighted. We want to make it so you can pin and spotlight more than one person, and that'll show in the recordings too.
Nice.
We want to do better reactions.
Oh, that'll be so good. Yeah, at the moment the reactions are boring. They just come up in the corner, kind of lame. We want them to be big and like come up on screen.
I can
and
show you a little something.
Ooh.
Not right now, when I demo webinars in a minute.
Nice.
So yeah, we're going to continue to ship incremental improvements to live streaming. As you've noticed, we shipped the feature and it wasn't just done. We just continued to make it better, make it better, make it better.
Nice.
So yeah, we'll continue to do that. Then little look at the roadmap. So this is what has been in progress for a while now.
Everyone is very excited for tiers.
Subscription tiers, Skool Webinars, and improved analytics. So instead of just saying it's in progress, coming soon, we're going to give you a little demo and explain in more detail what it is and when it's coming.
Especially because a lot of people have been asking, I need to prepare for tiers. Tell me more information. So this should give you everything you need so you can prepare for when tiers drops.
I've heard some people say tears for tears, like they're crying for tears. Anyway, so tiers, what is it? So basically, right now you can just set one price in Skool, or you can be free, right?
Yep.
So you can have a subscription price, free, or a one-time price, right? You can still do that. Nothing's changing. But now you'll be able to basically select your model. So freemium is some paid tiers and one mandatory free tier, right? You can add the benefits you get on each tier here. You can set your price, right? And tiers is just like up to three paid tiers, right? This is very typical with subscription businesses. There's like a standard, premium, VIP, whatever. This is cool because you can reduce the friction to join. It could be free to join your group, and then there could be some paid tiers, or a lower price to join and then some higher tiers.
Nice.
So that's how you set it from the admin side. On the sign-up flow, how it will work is the lowest price will show on the About page. So if it's freemium, it'll say free, right? If you've got a $9 tier, it'll say $9 per month. When you click Join Group, you'll be presented with like Select Your Plan.
Nice.
Where they can select which one they want.
And that'll be a link that you can link people to directly if you want to.
Yep. And then they will be presented with this here where they can pay, right? And then they get in. Then things you can unlock on tiers. You can unlock courses. So you could make a course unlock on a premium tier. So then in the classroom, how that might look is, you could unlock something for a buy now price. You could unlock something at level 6, or you could unlock something with a premium.
And when they click on that, it gives them the option to upgrade?
Yeah, so if they click it, they see this.
Nice.
Upgrade to premium.
Let's go.
And then here they can upgrade.
Boom.
Yep. Same thing goes for calendar. So here you can specify who has access. So members at a level, members on a tier, or members in a course. So you'll be able to select members on this tier. And then everyone will be able to see the calendar event, but the link will not... The link and the ability to add it to your calendar will not be possible unless you have access to that. So that way, the courses you don't have access to and the calendar events you don't have access to act as like marketing surfaces to show people what they could get and prompt them to upgrade.
Nice.
Then when they click upgrade to premium, which could come from the calendar event or the course thing, everything kind of funnels people to the same interface where they can upgrade.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So the simplest use case is you've got a free group and then someone can join the premium tier and unlock a course and, for example, a weekly call with you.
Yep. And you can add whatever you want in terms of benefits. So you could also offer other things like one-on-one things or whatever, and then just give those to them however you want.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's tiers.
Let's go.
It's a huge feature. And everyone wants to know, when's it coming? October. So that could, I would say probably 2 weeks. It is possible that it could be earlier than that, but don't want to make any promises.
Yep.
There's a lot in this. Like, oh my God.
It completely changes how you use Skool.
We have to think about so many things because there's free trials that applies to tiers. There's annual.
Yeah.
Now, what if someone's on monthly and they want to what if someone's on annual and they want to upgrade tier but switch to monthly? What if someone's on monthly and they want to switch tier and upgrade to annual? What about affiliate commissions? What about all of your analytics? Like, what about, the cancel page, like the member filtering? There's so many things. What about grandfathering on prices on tiers? What if you change between any combination of tiers? You got to make sure it doesn't blow up underneath. So there's a lot to it, and we are thoroughly testing it. because, you can't be very scrappy with payment features because, it's real money.
Yes.
So yeah, this is a huge feature. It's going to change the game coming October.
Boom.
Then webinars. So right now you can do calls on Skool where basically anyone can turn on their video and anybody can unmute themselves and all of that, right?
Yes.
So with the webinar feature, if you go to your calendar and you go to create an event, you'll have Skool Call and Skool Webinar. Skool Call will be the default because we know most people are doing that. But you can also select webinar. And then also when you go live now, you can select, are you launching a call or a webinar?
Clean.
Right? And then you can start a webinar. The main, a call is like Google Meet, Zoom, where it's a grid and everyone can talk and do all of that, like a meeting or a call, whatever you want to call it. Then a webinar is more like a live stream where it's just the presenter and maybe a co-host. And then everyone else is just watching and listening, right? Which is what you see on like Twitch, YouTube Live, like TikTok Live, like every kind of live streaming thing. So this is more like that. And that way everyone's got their camera off, everyone's got their microphone off. They can't turn them on. They can only chat and react. But you can pull people up onto the stage.
Nice.
So you could get a participant and just give them permissions and then they could come on and have their camera on and stuff. But then you can remove those permissions and they drop back, right? So this feature's very close too. And it could be live next week. Ooh. This one I think will drop before tiers for sure.
Interesting.
And a little sneak peek at these reactions.
Oh, these are the best. Please, 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 please. Yes, look at them. Oh, they're so much better.
You can spam them too.
Ooh, way better. Let's go. And hopefully they'll be coming to both webinars and
they'll
calls
have shipped to both
at some point.
Yep.
Boom.
Analytics. Yeah, analytics. So this is probably the biggest transformation I've ever seen, going from like pretty basic analytics to like something that's extremely hardcore pretty much instantly. So, here's a sneak peek at what you're going to be able to see. Like you'll be able to see your conversion rate, retention, MRR, how many members you've got, and then you'll be able to see your visitors, signups, new MRR and conversion rate over time with a graph, right? As well as broken down by source.
Insane. And this is so useful because oftentimes you'll look at this and realize, hold on a second, I'm putting so much effort into this one platform, but this other platform is really the thing giving me all the members. Let's just double down on that one thing. This is so useful.
Yep. And you'll also be able to see how much the Skool network is giving you, which is significant for a lot of people. Yep. Which we've talked about on some of the other episodes. You'll also be able to monitor your conversion rate over time. So, if you have a spike in customers or signups or a dip, you can figure out why. Like, where did this come from? Did a particular traffic source go up or down? Did a particular conversion rate go up or down? And you'll be able to optimize things.
Yep.
Then, you'll also be able to see your members over time and how that's growing. So new, churned, existing, total, active.
Yeah, this is insane. We don't have this. The cool thing about this is that you won't just see how your members grow over time, but you'll see how your active members grow over time. Because you don't just want to increase your member count, you want to increase your active member count, and this helps with that.
Yep. Then also like retention cohorts, which...
This is insane.
So you'll be able to see, this could work for both free and paid groups. How many members are coming back in month 2 or month 3 or month 4?
Yeah.
So you can get an aggregate view of like active members over time.
Yep.
But then you can also look at cohorts.
So that's like, what was I doing a few months ago that was causing people to keep coming back and now they're not?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
MRR. So you can see now like a breakdown of your MRR over time. And this all changes with tiers, because now there's something called expansion and contraction revenue, which is basically upgrades and downgrades.
Yes.
So it's not just as simple as like people sign up and people churn once you have tiers. It's like people sign up, people upgrade, people downgrade, and people churn. And so here we'll break all of them down for you. And yeah, we're flipping from just measuring churn to actually measuring retention, because it's possible to have 150% retention with tiers, because people might upgrade. So we'll educate you guys on these kinds of concepts and things when we ship this feature, but this is just to kind of show you what's coming.
And the cool thing about this is that Skool went from having just one price, $99 a month, to two prices, $99 or $9. And all of this stuff is things that Skool as a platform has had to look into. And now that we've learned it, we give it to you guys, who will be having tiers very shortly.
Yep. People also want to know like how their business is doing over time. So here you can look at like past year and just see MRR, churn, everything over time.
Yep.
You'll be able to look at your unit economics, which is like ARPU, average revenue per user, and LTV.
And we'll explain what all this means when it comes out.
Yeah, ARPU becomes interesting once you've got tiers, because if you've got a blend of like say 9s, 99s, and 999s. What's the like average, right? And you're trying to lift that average. There's cash flow, where we show you everything, even what's going to affiliates, how much you're getting from annuals, one times, all of this, which is useful.
Very useful.
There's conversion rate over time. There's even free trial conversion rate over time. And then the retention one's probably one of my favorite, where we look at like your net revenue retention. So that's when you factor in upgrades, downgrades, churn, how much of your MRR are you retaining? So you want to, of course, decrease churn, but if someone upgrades, then that offsets churn in a way, right? So yeah, in this way, you can really visualize it. You can see. So if your MRR is flat, like why? Maybe you're adding the equivalent amount new and you're churning just as much. So you can either add more new or reduce churn. And then obviously MRR retention cohorts, blah, blah, blah. And this is one of my favorite ones, where you can see where someone joined from.
Crazy.
So when you look at your different members, you'll see where they joined from, whether it's an affiliate, YouTube, Facebook ads. And when you look at your members list, join from Skool Network, join from YouTube, referred by TCAM. Very cool. So we're going from having pretty average analytics to probably the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And definitely the best. I don't think anyone in this industry has this level of visibility into their business.
How hard would it be to set this up if you just had a membership on your own website?
It would be extremely hard. Like
it's basically impossible. Like,
you'd need a team of engineers and analysts, and it would take you at least a year, and it would cost you more than $1 million probably.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
So yeah, big jump. So there's three things that are going on right now. Tiers, huge. Webinars, kind of huge. And improved analytics, massive.
I'm curious, drop in the comments which one of these you're most excited for. Tiers or analytics or webinars?
And the reason why on Skool News we've kind of been on a dry spell of big features is because we have different teams and we work on things in parallel. And sometimes, you know, we're not trying to coordinate finishing features to announce them on Skool News. So sometimes nothing gets announced for a bit and then bam, bam, bam.
Yes.
And then it's like a lot of things are in progress again. So, you know, tiers and webinars are going to drop within a week of each other, and then analytics will be in November. So 3 massive things that are coming.
Let's go.
I don't think we've ever had 3 things in parallel that will change the nature of school so much in one go, ever.
Amazing.
Especially impact you on how you can grow your group and make more money and reduce your churn. Yeah. Then Goose World Tour. So if you're not familiar with this, Is this working yet? It's still broken.
This your audio's off.
Is it?
Think so.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, Goose World Tour. So this man called Goose is going around the world and he's doing meetups. And he's going to finish this meetup thing in Antarctica. So if you go to goosify.io and you click on Antarctica, it'll take you to a school group, which is free. You can join this group. And here you can inquire with Goose about attending if you're interested. And he also did this post where he said Skool World Tour Grand Finale. So if you just search for these keywords in Schoolers or you look for Goose's profile, his handle is @Goose, right? Or go to goosify.io, click on Antarctica, any one of those things. Because Goose has given me some orders. He gave me these this morning. He said, please mention there are 7 cabins remaining.
Boom, there you go, Goose.
And Goose and the Nomad Cruise CEO, so Nomad Cruises is doing this Antarctica tour thing. They're going to do a live Q&A or something webinar next Thursday inside that Antarctica community to answer any questions. So if you're interested in attending the Schoolers Antarctica meetup, I guess. So it's basically being on a ship in Antarctica for a little bit with
It's a pretty cool cruise as well. Good food, Starlink Wi-Fi, so you can keep working if you have important things you need to work on, and just hang out with a bunch of other schoolers who are all doing cool things on school.
Yep. And this leads us into Skool Bus Project. So Goose came by School HQ the other day and he was asking, he was like, what are we going to do next year?
Yeah.
And then we were like, what if we got a school bus? So we've been looking at different buses. Goose has been going around to see some different buses. What's pretty cool is they actually call these things schoolies.
Yeah, it's crazy.
With a K.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's meant to be.
Yep.
People basically get old school buses and convert them into like these traveling things. So we're having a look at this one. Goose looked at this one yesterday. And this is what they look like inside, basically. They've been custom fitted out so you can live in them.
Yep.
There's beds, bunks, shower, toilet, kitchen, blah, blah, blah. And I also found this one, which I called the goth bus. It's not really on brand. Goose, it definitely wasn't Goose.
Oh, imagine Goose in that.
It wasn't Goose's vibe, so he said no. So yeah, I think we're going to get a bus like this, and then we're going to paint it to make it school brand.
Let's go.
I think concept Goose, I made this morning.
He should go to every state in America. That's what I would do if I was.
Well, yeah,
him.
that's what. Yeah, I guess we should say what the hell this tour is. It's not just picking a bus. So Goose and his team are going to drive around America.
Yes.
Every state, every major city for the whole year.
Yes.
They're going to just canvass the US, and they're going to host meetups along the way.
Yep.
And some live events for schoolers. They're going to hand out free merch. They're just going to hang out. There's going to be a podcast studio somewhere in this bus. We're going to custom fit this thing out. He will do podcasts along the way, make content along the way, and just strengthen the schoolers community. And so next year, you'll have a chance, no matter where you are in the US, to meet up with other schoolers.
Let's go. Get
some school merch, hang out, have some fun, and check out this sick bus.
The flames are so dramatic.
Yeah, at first, ChatGPT just added the small ones, and I said more. And then it gave me this. Yeah.
Nice.
That brings us to this topic of like world building. So this is something I actually find quite useful when building a community or anything, honestly. So it's to think of it as like building this world. Mm-hmm. And one thing that is pretty cool is this idea that came from Disney. So this is back from like 1958. And basically Walt Disney drew this thing out. He was trying to create synergy between all of the different things they had going on. So at first they just had the movies, right? Mm-hmm. But then they made Disneyland, and that was a huge success. Then they had merch. Then they had comics. Then they had magazines, music, and also TV. And all of these things that you can create synergy between them. Because if someone goes to see a movie, then they might want to visit the land. Then they might buy the merch. Then they might buy the magazine. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So to apply this, because this is just like a theory, right? This is how we think about it with Skool, basically. So at the center of it for us is Skoolers, which is the community you guys are a part of.
And that's where most people leave it. They just view their community as one website on Skool. That's not a full world.
Yeah. So there's these other things around it. So we've got the Skool Games, which is kind of like a challenge, I guess. And we have Hormozy, which is like a partner for that. And we have the awards. So we've got physical awards. There's the Olympic torch thing that we liked, which is an icon that's part of Skool.
There's events that we do once a quarter where we meet up with everyone who won.
There's recordings. And in part of the Skool Games one-day event, you visit Skool HQ, which is another part of the ecosystem. And
we also take clips from that and run them as ads, which is part of the ambassador project.
Yep, and we even find ambassadors from Skool Games. So then there's also Skool Stories, which is a podcast that Matthew Thompson's running, and it stopped. And then we're like, oh, we should make that happen again. So it's starting back up. So,
let's go. Skool Stories 2.0.
Because there's all of these awesome people doing all of this cool shit on Skool, and Matthew will like interview them and get their story, and it's its own YouTube channel and podcast and everything. Then there's the Skool Cat, which started out as something small, but it's becoming more and more of a thing.
Yep.
Right?
We have plushies. It's in the software.
Yeah, so now the cat is in the merch.
Yep.
So there's Skool merch. Then there's Skool HQ, which is like our Disneyland, I guess, if you want to call it that, which is like part of the heart of this place. But people often refer to Skool HQ. Are you at Skool HQ? Like, I visited Skool HQ.
Yep.
Things like that. It's where Skool News is hosted.
Yep.
So then there's Skool News, which is our weekly call. It's also our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Then Skool Bus Tour. So this, I guess, has been like the Goose World Tour, which didn't even have anything to do with Skool, but then we sponsored it, and now it's kind of becoming something.
Yep.
And then we've got, which is meetups, I guess, and then we've got ambassadors, which we've talked about in some previous videos, people that make videos about Skool and that we use them in our advertising and things. A lot of these people are Skool Games winners. So basically the picture I'm trying to paint here is that you're building a world just like Disney was with the films and Disneyland and the characters and the music. And all of these things interweave.
Yep.
And so like you can clip Skool Games to get assets for use in ads. You can also find ambassadors from Skool Games. You can interview guests from Skool Games, put them in Skool Stories. You can mention Skool Stories in Skoolers and on Skool News. We talk about the bus tour on Skool News. We also recruit ambassadors from Skool News. We talk about the Skool Games on Skool News.
Skool News is in Skool HQ. I'm wearing the Skool merch on Skool News.
The cat is in the merch.
Yeah, it's all interlinked.
Yeah.
And I think the core idea is like, if you have a community and you want to make it great, you need to enrich it, make it more deep than just a website on the internet, which you can do by creating all of these different elements to it, meetups, merch, build a full world around it so that people feel immersed and love the community instead of it just being a website.
You know, I heard this is what that J.R. Tolkien did with
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, like the lore. It's called lore. It's very deep in that. He even invented a language, right?
Yeah.
And you should see the fanatics online about like they're analyzing the language.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There's Wikipedias on it.
Yep.
But good movies have deep lore. Good games have deep lore.
Yes.
And so when you're trying to build something cool, it should have some deep lore. And this is where the culture and everything comes from.
Yep.
This is what makes something special instead of it just being a community or a software product, right?
Yes.
Because I haven't even mentioned the product in here.
Another one here is inside jokes. If there's ever inside jokes that come up in your community, latch onto them and repeat them, and that forms part of the culture, part of the lore.
And I'd also say these things emerge naturally.
Yep.
So we didn't try to force any of these things in it, like at all.
Yes.
They all kind of just came gradually. And some things we didn't continue, and other things blew up, and then we decided to continue them. You kind of got to see what sticks and what people want more of and what people want less of.
Yep.
Yeah, because you can't force this on people.
And it also can't happen all at once. This took years and years and years to build out. I think the easiest thing to start is you have a community, which is your version of Schoolers. I think the next thing that is easy to build out is something like a Skool News. It's like a weekly show that you do that's just a call.
Weekly call is definitely something.
Yes.
And then your, what is it called? Like regulars or model citizens.
Yep.
They're kind of your ambassadors, but not formally yet. But you want to build up these personalities that, and that's kind of what we're doing with the goat. And so you want to identify who they are and build them up. And then you want to have your call, and then you want to get those people on that call every now and then. You also want those people to post so that you can start to build this thing up. I think once a community really becomes strong, they're going to want merch because that's how they feel like they belong. And yes, we're going to give you guys a merch tab, so don't worry about it. Inside Schoolers, we have a tab that says merch.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to get one of these too.
Those cat plushies were a big hit, by the way. Claire's been spending a lot of time delivering all of them. So yeah, I think
another person who does this well is AI Jack.
Yeah.
He's got a community called AI Automations by Jack. And he goes around the world doing meetups. And he loves coffee. And so they make everything around coffee. So like their meetups are getting coffee.
Interesting.
Their calls are like coffee hour or something. And everyone's drinking coffee on it. Because he just likes it. And so coffee and his community, it kind of goes together.
Yep.
He loves the in-person events. They obviously get photos and everything from that.
Yep.
And then they've even made stickers.
That's cool.
Of the different people, and they've named their levels. And their artwork is really cool. I guess like Anime Shreds is another one where the theme is anime.
Yes.
So when they release new content, it's a scroll.
Yeah.
And so, getting the fundamentals right is super important, right? You need traffic. You need to get members. People need to like what you're talking about and keep showing up, blah, blah, blah. But if you want to make something really special, this is what gives something that like X factor, I think.
And what often happens with this is that it's not top down, it's bottom up. Like the cat was something that Goose brought back to school. School Stories was something that Matthew started. And another example where I've seen this work really well is in my community synthesizer, which I haven't done anything top down. I've been focused on school, but because the core of it, people are bought into, they start a lot of this themselves. Like someone started synthesizer news yesterday without anyone telling them to do that. So if you find a community and build it so that people love it, then this comes from the bottom up instead of top down.
Because I had this idea of a school bus tour, but I was like, well, who's going to go in the bus?
Yeah, you're not going in the bus.
Yeah. So I forgot about that idea pretty quick. But now Goose did his world tour, and then he was here, and we were talking, and then it was the right time for this.
Yes. Yeah, we could not do all of this alone. Imagine we were doing school stories and school games and all the ambassadors and the bus tour. And
I think it actually makes it worse when you do it all yourself.
Yeah.
It's got to come from the people.
Yes.
That's what a community is. And also the School Cat and School Stories, we actually stopped doing those. And then by popular demand, we bought them back.
Yes.
So yeah, that is the idea of world building.
Yeah. It's more of like an advanced idea once you've got the basics down. Like, don't worry too much about this until you have a consistent flow of traffic.
Yeah, but you know what's interesting is to get traffic and to do all of this, you have to people often wonder, like, what should I talk about? I need to make content. I need to send an email. I need to make a YouTube video. I need to do a call. I need to make ads. What goes in those things? Well, when you build something cool, all you really need to do is capture it and share it, and then you have your content. So
like Skool News is the news documenting what happened.
Yeah. So in a way, you just make something really cool exist and then just share it in different forms. Because it is a struggle sometimes to sit down and try to like fabricate.
Oh, it's
things.
very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So quite a few things we covered on the docket today. Hope you enjoyed this little world building idea. Let us know what you think. Lots of big things coming. We'll see you soon.